What innocent item gets suspicious if you own too much of it? I saw a Tifu post about a guy who bought a bunch of pressure cookers on sale to give to friends as gifts. Turned out that set off some anti-terrorism flags. So I'm gonna go with pressure cookers. You're under arrest. Why? Cause you bought too many pressure cookers. Cough syrup. Oh yes mom, I have 30 bottles of Tussin for my chronic cough, don't judge. Broken leg? Just rub the Tussin on it. Clocks either all exactly synced or all way off. When I was in undergrad, me and my 2 friends lived together in a house. Whenever we saw a yard sale, we'd stop and buy any reasonably priced clocks. We'd then hang the clocks on the walls of the house in asymmetrical places. And we'd leave them on whatever time they were at, even if they were dead. So our house had nearly 100 clocks after 4 years. All of which said different times and several of which made faint ticking sounds. My roommate, who was the least enthused about this decor, would wake up after a particularly drunk night hungover as hell and just scream angrily, "What fucking time is it?" as he walked from room to room. Anyway, when we moved out, we had our own yard sale with only clocks for sale. People thought we were freaks, but we sold about half of them. Sometimes I still hear the unsynchronized clicking today when I lay down at night and close my eyes. That's fucking amazing. But it probably sounded like hell. I saw what I would describe as a suspicious amount of peanut butter in the bed of a truck once. I think 2 or 3 12-pack cases. Just need 2 or 3 12-pack cases of jelly to act as an alibi. Cardboard cutouts. You have one cardboard cutout and it's a novelty decoration. But you have a room full of them and it gets a little weird. Perfect for when your parents accidentally leave you home for the holidays. And you need to make it look like you're having a party to deter burglars. When I was in my early 20s I had about 15 cardboard cutouts. My GF at the time worked in GameStop, so I used to get the cool ones. Me and my friends would set them up around the house when we were drunk. Then bust in and go through the house shooting them with airsoft rifles. Good times. Sounds psychopathic, but also like it would be great fun. I'm in. Tampons. A guy we know hoards them because he thinks if the government collapses they will become a hot commodity that he can use to trade. I'm talking a shed full of boxes. All kinds. Unbeknownst to him, menstrual cups exist in rags. Edit. Well, this blew up. He's an odd bird. There is also a shed full with bins of socks. He wears them once, tosses them in a Rubbermaid bin, and once filled it gets placed in the shed. People have suggested donating them, but he says he doesn't want others to have access to his DNA. Mental illness is real. He picked a strange tampon covered hill to die on. Freezers. Not if you have a farm. 3 freezers and 2 big fridges. Where else would you put all the meat? Cook them all and store them in my belly. Dolls. My grandma used to have about 70 porcelain dolls, old creepy ones. God bless her, but when she passed we donated them to the dump. As creepy as they are, those may have been worth finding a collector for. Currently, the most expensive porcelain doll ever sold was a bisque doll sold by Therialts for $300. 000 in 2014. That's like 10 toilet paper rolls. Lube. You can buy a 50-gallon barrel on Amazon. One day I'm gonna make a really long slip and slide. Submerge myself in the barrel. And slide. Edit. Thanks for the awards, kind strangers. And they say the American dream is dead. Silly man. You dunk yourself in it and then enter an amateur's wrestling competition with a cash prize. They can't beat you if they can't get hold of you. Mirrors for sure. I've been in an elderly person's house where there was literally too many of them to count, and it just feels weird. My mum has over 40 mirrors. I didn't really notice it, but a year ago when me and some buddies helped my parents move, they kept on joking about it. Oh, here's yet another mirrors. Are your parents worried about vampires or just vain? Oh god, I didn't notice how many mirrors my mom kept in the house until I was a teenager with acne all over my face. Pseudoephedrine. What is that? The good cold medicine. It's also used to make meth. for me water. My neighbors had well water and would dry up. They asked if they could run a hose and put it in their well, they would pay what was owed. Did this outlet last summer, no big deal, they paid. Then they bought a big above ground pool. Filled it for them, they always paid, my part was always around the same so I wasn't bent out of shape. One day the water meter guy knocked with an officer wanting to know why I was using so much water. I explained, showed them many hoses to reach my neighbors, and they were there to help explain. They explained to me that much water usage was throwing a red flag. So they were sent out to investigate to make sure no marijuana growing was happening. Plot twist, your neighbors were growing weed. Plot twist, the water meter guy was looking for a supplier. Mayonnaise. Just trying to learn a new instrument. A good one. At that, mayonnaise is actually an instrument. As shown here. Cash. If you have too much cash, it's automatically an assumption that you traffic drugs in some way. I wait tables and used to live in my car. I got pulled over and the cops searched my car and found a few months worth of tips. I already was homeless. I figured I would save up and buy a house. The cops lifted my mattress and found $15,000 in small bills. Had my entire vehicle torn apart and not put back together, and it took like a month to get my cash back. Seriously, cops are so shitty to you when you're homeless. Duct tape. I'm just practicing my kidnapping skills. I'm not actually kidnapping people yet. My friend works in construction. He was clearing out his garage and I ended up taking 20+ rolls from him since he was getting rid of it. I have enough to last me a lifetime and then some. My kids will inherit it after I'm gone. Bathtubs. What? Bathtubs. Ropes and stools. Ropes are fairly normal, but it's a bit weird you have all those poop samples. Handcuffs. For a number of reasons I'm not sure I'd call this an innocent item. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Reddit videos.